So it's been 21 months since I started on the carnivore diet, and I thought it was time for a bit of an update. Hi there, my name is Sue. If you haven't visited my channel before, as I just said, I've been on the carnivore diet now for 21 months, and I thought it was time to do a bit of an update. A lot of my recent videos have been kind of more just on specific topics, so I thought I'd kind of compile it all and just talk about where I'm at, because I'm a little bit confused about a couple of things and considering making some changes. So, where am I at? Well, had my 60th birthday last week, and that was it was a good day and a good weekend last weekend. My kids came over, my daughter and son-in-law and my grandkids came up for the weekend, and we had a really good weekend. Went out for dinner, took the kids to the pool, got really sunburned. Yes, carnivores do get sunburned, I found out in the weekend. So I spent just over 2 hours in the pool, and my face and my shoulders got really burned, and up on my forehead now is peeling and my nose is peeling. So that's kind of the first real sunburn I've had since I've been on this way of eating. But 2 years ago, if I'd spent that long in the pool without any sunscreen, I would have probably just been a big blistered mess, because I used to burn, especially on my face, so badly. So all right, so what else is happening? My hair is continuing to fill in. I did a video just a little while back about how the receding patches on the side of my head here are filling in, and they are still continuing to fill in. I was looking this morning at the new growth in both sides, and there's more that's kind of coming further forward, which is really cool. My skin is continuing to improve, so my skin got pretty grotty at the beginning of my carnivore journey. I think just with everything that was going on with my gut health and oxalate dumping and everything, my skin was just not good a lot of the time. Lots of like pimples and splotches and redness and all sorts of weird things going on, but it's getting way better now. My weight is still not coming off, and I've gained some weight recently, which is kind of bugging me, and so I'm have been trying to decide what to do about that. Now, I've been kind of focusing on my thyroid just recently, and I've done 2 videos just recently talking about the thyroid tests that I've had done. Now, the thyroid tests show that my thyroid isn't functioning the way that it should be, and my free T4 was a bit low, and my free T3 is also a bit low. So I kind of came up with a bit of a plan to try and address that, but I'm still kind of mulling over. I'm using iodine topically because I have problems taking iodine, and I don't know why I have problems taking it. So a little bit of history. I started taking iodine after reading Dr. David Brownstein's book, Iodine, Why You Need It, or Why You Need It, Why You Can't Live Without It, something like that. I read that book probably back about 2009 or 10, and I started taking iodine then. Now, when I first started taking it, I was following his instructions in the book basically from memory, unless I've missed something. I was following what he said, and I started taking iodine, and I think I was taking 50 milligrams a day at one point for a while, and then kind of tapered it back down again. And so when I first started taking it, it made a massive difference. I had fibrocystic breast disease, and that just all dissolved, and it was amazing. So I kept taking the iodine. As I said, I think I dropped my dose. I can't remember what I was taking. It was a long time ago. But then in 2011, so I'd been on it about 18 months or so, and in 2011 ended up being diagnosed with hypothyroid, so probably Graves' disease, because it was affecting my eyes, but I didn't go to an endocrinologist. I managed to pretty much resolve it myself. But since then, so that scared me off the iodine. I stopped taking it, and since then, if I try to take iodine every day, I end up with like hypothyroid symptoms. Feet start swelling, start gaining weight, and kind of similar things. So I'm not sure why that happens. If there's anyone out there who has any idea that why that might be happening, please put comments below, because I'm a bit confused about it all, and I'm wondering if it's potentially maybe selenium deficiency. I want to go and have a selenium test, but I need to test my husband as well because his thyroid's sluggish too. Selenium is low in our soils here in New Zealand and in Australia, so I'm picking that might be what it is, because iodine and selenium are both essential for thyroid function. So I don't know if you're really low in selenium, whether the iodine can do that with your thyroid. I've got a feeling that it can. So I listened to Dr. Berry's recent video. He's just interviewed Dr. David Brownstein about iodine. And so that's kind of triggered some stuff in my memory a little bit, listening to that. But he's talking on there, which I do remember in his book, he's talking on there about how he actually treats even Hashimoto's and Graves with iodine, and how large doses of iodine calm the thyroid down when it's overactive. And his daughters both have Hashimoto's, and so they've been treated with iodine since they were kids. And so all the information that I have kind of been looking at over the years that says, don't treat autoimmune thyroid disease with iodine is potentially incorrect. It's incorrect according to him. And, I don't know whether I had autoimmune thyroid disease back in 2011 or not, because I never had my antibodies tested because I didn't go to an endocrinologist, or whether it was just the iodine that had kicked that off because I was doing something else wrong. But whichever it was, I don't ever want to go back there again. That overactive thyroid business was horrible. So I'm kind of not really sure where to go with this. I'm pretty sure that I need iodine and I probably need selenium, but I don't want to take the selenium without the test, because I want to know for sure that our levels are low before I go and start us on selenium. So I'd actually like to have an iodine loading test as well, but it's all a bit expensive, so I'm going to have to wait until I can do that. So what else am I doing? So I'm following, as I said in my last videos about the thyroid tests, I'm following Dr. Wilson's information with regards to the Wilson's temperature syndrome, because I thought that's something that I can do right now, and doing his shiver size where you're doing the shaking thing. I'm doing that 3 times a day before I eat, if I remember, and that's supposed to help your body to start to burn more fat and to get your body temperature up. So I'm experimenting with that to see how that goes, and I'm also taking some bovine thyroid as well, just a small amount at this stage, and using the iodine topically. So we will see what happens there. But yeah, if I can get those selenium tests done and hopefully some iodine loading test as well, then that would be great. That kind of would give me a bit more of an idea of where we're at and where we should go from here, because I'm not sure whether I said, but my husband's thyroid is sluggish as well, so that's both of us. Now, the other thing that I've watched last night was Kelly Hogan and Amber Hearn. The video came up in my feed on YouTube. I was looking for something to watch and it popped up perfectly, as tends to happen. And it's a video from a year ago, and they were talking about the 80-20 high-fat carnivore. Now, this is something that I've also been kind of mulling over. I've actually increased my fat over the last couple of weeks, just a bit, but nowhere near to where I need to be at 80-20. So I listened to Kelly and Amber on the video, and Amber's had a lot of years of experience and worked with a lot of people, and Kelly also works with a lot of people. The questions that Kelly had for Amber were around people like myself who start on carnivore but don't get the results, don't get the weight loss, don't feel great like we're supposed to, and have problems getting into ketosis. And Amber said that's actually it's often women over 50 who have been metabolically unwell for a lot of years, and overweight. So, and she said that it's like our fat cells have kind of got a bit stuck and our body just doesn't know how to use the fat properly. So what we need to do is to actually lower our protein and increase our fat. And that's something that I've been kind of thinking about. It's something that I've thought about prior to this, but because my digestive system was so dodgy, I just couldn't do any higher fat than what I was. Now, even today, I thought, okay, so I'll start on 80-20 this morning when I got up. And so I had some poached eggs, and I had 3 tablespoons of butter on that. And I had to go to the toilet 4 times or 5 times with diarrhea. So I'm not sure how long it'll take for my body to get used to this. I thought I might just taper up with the fat just a little bit gently, because it was okay this morning because I didn't have any clients, and I've got clients this afternoon. But that amount of fat really kind of upset my belly and made it feel, I just was feeling a bit yuck. I ended up taking some charcoal to settle things down, and I'm not keen to eat lunch now because I'm not sure what's going to happen if I do. So I think I need to just go slowly with the increase in fat, maybe over the next week or so, and see how that goes. But it makes total sense to me that about doing the lower protein and the increased fat. And so it's something that I really want to try. Now I've got still got some yogurt and some cheese there in the fridge, so I'm going to finish that. I thought I'll finish that over the next week or so, and then I'll start on this 80-20 thing properly in about a week's time. But I'll gradually increase my fat over the next few days, and hopefully my body will get used to that, because I did, when I increased my fat a couple of weeks ago, I had a couple of days where things were a little bit dodgy, and then it just all settled down. So obviously my body is more able to get used to that fat, my digestive system now, I hope, fingers crossed. So the 80-20 protein, the 80-20 fat to protein ratio. The other thing that I'd been struggling with, and I don't know why I was struggling with this, was every time I thought about it, I didn't quite know how to work that out. And I'm pretty good with maths and figures, but it's like the videos I was watching didn't kind of specify what the 80-20, how to work that out, I guess. And they kind of skimmed over it and said it, but in a way that didn't make it clear. So if you're watching this and you're like me and unsure, you're basically eating double the amount of fat to protein. So if you're eating 100 grams of protein, you want 200 grams of fat. And so my plan is to do that. So my body needs about 100 grams of protein and 200 grams of fat, and I'm going to split that into 3 or 4 meals. So that's my plan. So yeah, so that's just a really quick update with where I am. As I said, I'm confused about the whole iodine thing, why my body reacts the way that it does to it. And so if you've had any experience like that and you have any ideas about that, why that might be happening, let me know below. I'd really appreciate some help with this. And as I said, I'm going to, I'll get the selenium testing done, and I'll get the iodine loading is more expensive, so that might get put off. But here in New Zealand, iodine and selenium are both really deficient in our soils. So chances are even our meat and our eggs and that we're eating are probably still going to be lowish in those nutrients, I'd guess. I mean, the animals will be being given those in their feed, but probably just enough, So, yeah, there might be some deficiency there, I suspect. So yeah, that's it. I think that was all I was going to talk about. If you have any comments or questions, please fire away below, and I'll get to those as soon as I can. I thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe if you like this video, and make sure to like and share if that's what you want to do. That really helps to support my channel. And I thank you very much for listening to me, and I will talk to you again another day. Goodbye for now.